the Easy Woman Spears, for sure.
Excuse me. Did you
There's free water upstairs.
I hear Adriana's walking.
I brought some tissues in case it was emotional.
Just one, two. Good evening. I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. It's a cornucopia of stuff. All right, let's get right to the confession. You know, I'm not so sure about this particular confession. I actually previewed this one and I was like, I don't know. There's certain things here. I just feel like this person is storytelling. So if it's not a real confession, then we at least will hear storytelling, right? Anyway, all right. This one is on the not safe for work confession area, right? And it goes like this. My homeboy is in jail making art projects out of me, and I don't know whether to laugh or gag. I know that's a whole title, right? I am going to read what she wrote, and then I'm going to, whenever I feel like something's not sounding right, I'm going to point it out. Because I have a feeling that this is just somebody storytelling. Somebody was bored and decided to just get on the board. And somebody was bored, so they got on the board and started telling a bore. All right. I, 18 female, have been talking to this guy who's currently locked up, and honestly, the jailhouse romance vibe is a total fever dream. We were on a video call earlier and he unintentionally let me see his wall, and well, I don't know whether to be scared, flattered, or disgusted. I am into him. He is attractive, and I knew him before he was in prison, but this is a lot. Tell me why this man has basically turned his cell into a DIY shrine. Because he can't just have regular photos. He's been getting, quote, creative. He's out here taking magazine scraps like random athletic women or girls in shorts from catalogs and folding or cutting them to match my vibe or body type to make these weirdly specific collages. And by that, I also mean cutting out parts of women from the neck down or hips down to the collagen, down and collaging them with pictures of me. I'm looking at the wall like, so be for real. You're really in there playing paper dolls with Sears catalogs. And so we come to the first part where I feel like this bitch is lying, okay? She makes reference to Sears catalogs. Now I'm gonna show everybody my investigative skills right now. She makes reference to the Sears catalogs. I don't know if everybody knows what the Sears catalogs were. And I say this because according to the AI Google Schmoogle, Sears officially announced the end of its iconic general merchandise big book catalog on January 25, 1993. Now this bitch over here that's writing this story, telling stories, said she's 18, female. If you are 18 years old in 2026, you were born in 2008. Now let me ask you, how the hell does this non-melanated bitch knows what a Sears catalog even is if Sears has been out of business for a long periodical of time, but before they went out of business, Sears stopped mass producing their big book catalog back in January 25th of 1993. I digress, but let's continue. He's out here taking magazines. Okay, I did that. I'm looking at the wall like, be so for real. You're really in there playing paper dolls with Sears catalogs. Is giving the basement scene from The Crush 1993. Now, movies are a little bit different because she could have just picked that up, but she's referencing things that are way before her 18 years on this planet. Let's continue. The funniest and nastiest part was when his bunkie walked into the frame. This poor man looked at the video call, looked at the collage on the wall, looked back at me, and then just looked away with the most I need a transfer face I've ever seen in my life. This bitch is lying. I don't believe this story, this quote-unquote confession. Let's continue. I called him out on it. Quote, so you just sit there bored and lonely and handle business to my face on the wall? End of quote. I told him he has no room to call me a freak when he's got 7 generations of Cape Verdean children in those bed sheets every week. Okay. It sounds like this bitch is just trying her stand-up comedy routine on us, right? This does not sound like a real confession. Let's continue. Like they are entire family lineages in those linens, and he's talking about me. Well, when did he ever call her a freak? Like, I don't see that. You're missing part of the story. She goes on to say, I'm not going to lie. It's objectively nasty, and the hygiene situation is a biohazard, but it's also low-key cute, ? He's curving other girls that people try to set him off with just to stay focused on this, quote, creative direction of my photos. I don't know how to feel. Bitch, I can tell you how to feel right now. You should feel like you got some other business on your day-to-day life better than to come out here on these internet streets and lie. The math ain't mathing. You are making references to shit way before you was born. Okay? And quite frankly, it just doesn't make any sense. I am going to consider this one to be a fake and a fraud or fraudulent and shit. But let's go ahead. I'm not going to provide any feedback, any advice, because this is not, I don't feel like this is real. But I am going to go scroll down the comments and see what some people who entertained this said. Somebody says, IDK, I don't know why you are talking to someone in jail or how they even got a phone. How long are they in there for? Do you really see a future with him? The original poster says, prison tablets are a thing. He'll be out very soon into a halfway house. I do not plan on dating him, and he's aware of that. Somebody says, this is so funny, but IDK, I don't know. Jail is fucked up. Literally nothing to do. Somebody else says, gross. You are speed running to ruin your own life. Cut him off and move on. Somebody says, this sounds like a classic case of self-destruction through poor partner selection. Somebody spreading their tea over here says, I did time. You have to keep occupied, and sometime the mind go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to read every word the way this person who did time wrote it. Okay. I did time. You have to keep occupied, and sometime the mind goes to weird places when I'm when in confinement. This is pretty boilerplate for an inmate, as long as you know what you're getting into with him being a convict. And all I would honestly say, I don't think this is some unhealthy obsession. This is his way of doing time. We all find a way, find a reason to keep us together in there. Drop a bomb on the convict's advice. He goes on to say, and anybody who isn't an inmate won't understand, especially if he's in a higher security institution like I was. That place is designed to break you mentally. The toughest people in the world go in. They are there. The toughest people in the world go in there. And he doesn't know the difference between there. Okay? To get broken. That's what prison is designed to do. So I would honestly take it as kind of a weird compliment in a way I don't know. It's hard to explain. Apparently, it's hard to spell and use proper grammar too, but I digress. That's another confession for another video. All right. Somebody says 18. Yep. That sums it up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you know they all can't be hits. People do the weird shit. People are fake, fraudulent, and phony in their real life. And what do you think? They're going to come to the internet, hide behind a keyboard and be what? More fake, phony, and fraudulent and shit. So I personally think this is somebody who was just storytelling, monologuing. But, you know, it was rather entertaining. But the fact that she's talking about Sears catalogs, girl, Sears catalogs were not even in circulation at least 10, 15 years before you was even thought of. In any event, it gave us something to talk about today. So for that, ma'am, I want to thank you. I also want to thank everybody who comes through during the replay. I know y'all going to be in there. I came a little early today because I'm trying to spend some time with my Incredible Hulk and just unwind and relax. Work today was work. And so it's time for me to let my hair down and just relax and chill. Eat some fruit and watch Beyond the Gates. But every night, I come through every single night, and you just don't know what kind of video you're going to get out of me. Miss View Seville has walked into the room. Miss View, I was very busy at work. I had my professional hat. I was doing investigations and doing what I needed to do. And, you know, I had my corporate thing on, my corporate sass on, doing what they pay me to do, right? But Miss Views of You, I saw that you put a post that was rather interesting today, and I need to go out there and do my research and development. To sum it up, the lies that you all tell. Please stop speaking on what I have, don't have, or never have had. Keep it up and you will get caught up with what will be happening. Oh, no friends on YT. Remember that. I'm always late to the party, Miss View, but I am going to go out there and do my research and development. I hate when they start messing with you and all that. It's all out of jealousy. It really is just out of jealousy, envy, you know, all of that. So don't let these people get your pressure up. Keep staying cute with a small waist and a strong, skinny back. Getting ready to get into that 2-piece for your vacation. All right. So, yeah, don't let them ruffle you up. All right. But I got to go out there and see. I got to do my research and development and understand what went on, what was said, who said what she wants. She said she's going to do what or who, in the words of Cardi B. Oh, she said what? She going to do what or who? Okay. You know where I be. Stay cute. There you go. Stay cute. Stay cute. That's right. If you stay cute, you ain't gotta get cute. Drop a bomb on that. Just like the education, Miss View. If you get educated, you ain't gotta get educated after the fact. Ooh, size 8. In fact, Miss View, I am delirious. Today was one of those days, Miss View. I have my HR hat on today. And you already know how those are. But, you know. So I'm just going to unwind. I already took my shower. Incredible Hulk has the green grapes. And we're about to watch some Beyond the Gates. Thank you for coming through, Miss View. This was a fake and a fraudulent story. This bitch was just storytelling. So, you know, give it a replay if you want, but I don't believe it. She's talking about Sears catalogs and she's barely 18 years old. How the hell do you know what a Sears catalog is? You know what I'm saying? I hate people that lie. Don't lie. You ain't got to lie to kick it. You ain't got to lie to kick it. You just got to have some melanation, at least from this barbecue. You know? With that said, have a good night, Miss View. Naris21, I will everybody that's gonna catch it. Please hit the like. Thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Tomorrow we'll do a real one. Okay, we'll do a real one, not a fake and fraudulent one. Have a good night, everybody. Stay cool though. The summer's almost here. Summer's almost here. Peace.